Hi everybody and welcome back to this channel. Today I have decided to do kind of like a story time video, kind of not a story time video. I'm not really sure how to put this in a category, but I have decided to talk about my breastfeeding story. Now, if you haven't seen any of my videos before, I am a first-time mum. I have a 11-month-old, almost a 1-year-old. He's like 14 days or 15 days or something away from turning 1. It's insane. But anyway, I have a beautiful little boy called Frederick. He's 11 months. He is amazing. He's such an amazing little boy. And yeah, I thought it was time to share with everybody who doesn't know, I guess, and people who aren't aware of what happened to me breastfeeding. Yeah, so let's get started. So I guess I'm obviously going to start from the start because I can't start from now. So I'm going to start from the start. So once Frederick was born, I breastfed straight away. It was like instantaneously. It was like he had just popped out. He had just popped out and I literally just put him straight on the boob and he latched on straight away. I didn't have to get any help, nothing. He just latched on straight away. We got home, we were fine, completely fine. Started, I guess, noticing some things because people were telling us, you know, Frederick's still quite small because he was born really tiny. Like, Freddie was only 6.5 pounds when he was born, and he was born 41 weeks, so he was quite small for how long we went. And yeah, so he was quite small and he wasn't really putting on much weight. And then there was a point where we went to the doctors to get a certain thing done for Frederick. I'm not going to talk about that because that's a whole nother issue that I don't really want to talk about. So when we were at this doctor's, getting what we were getting done, the doctor said to me that Frederick was underweight and obviously my milk supply wasn't good enough for him and that I should think about alternative options. Basically, from that day it basically went from here and it went downhill very fast. Now, once this doctor had told me that basically my milk supply was going downhill or wasn't good enough for Frederick, I basically started doubting myself, and that is honestly the worst thing for someone to do to a mum, is to put doubts in their mind, especially about breastfeeding, because it's like, it's not, I know everyone doesn't breastfeed, I know that, and I know some people don't want to breastfeed or don't like breastfeeding, and that's their opinions. I honestly don't mind what people's opinions are, but I was someone that really wanted to breastfeed. Like, it was so hard to talk about. It was like this huge passion that I had, was to breastfeed my children. And knowing that I only got like 2 months worth of breastfeeding, it still upsets me knowing that I only got that much time. I know some people get less than that, and I am grateful for the time I did breastfeed, but I wish it was for longer. I wish I was still breastfeeding. But obviously I'm not. So yeah, it was just something that I was really passionate about and I really wanted to breastfeed, but unfortunately it didn't last very long. Yeah, after the doctor had told me that, you know, my supply was down or whatever, I tried literally everything possible to try and increase my supply. So I fed more, I pumped more, I took the cookies, I ate different foods, I drank more water, I got the tablets. I literally did everything possible that I could to increase my supply. None of it worked. Literally none of it worked. I remember getting the cookies from, I can't even remember the company's name. I think it's called Booby Bickies. I think that's what the company's called. And I remember getting them, and my friend got them at the same time because she has a little girl who's 2 weeks younger than Frederick. And I remember her getting them at the same time, and I remember, you know, having some and then it wasn't working for me, and then, you know, messaging her and asking her if it was working, and she's like, yeah, I got this much out of them and all this kind of stuff. And I remember like getting the messages from her and really upsetting me because it wasn't working for me. I wanted it to work for me so bad, like so bad. I was really happy for her that, you know, it was working for her and everything. And I know she's probably watching this, and I don't want her to feel bad in any way. Like, please don't feel bad, Charmaine. Like, please don't. But yeah, so after that, it started obviously going downhill very fast. And we started to introduce formula between feeds and everything, so I could try and pump a lot more. But it wasn't working because the stimulation with a pump to a baby's mouth is completely different, and my nipples basically wasn't getting that stimulation, so basically my supply was going downhill even faster. And within 3 weeks since that doctor had told me, you know, a horrible thing, I had completely stopped breastfeeding. Like, completely. I just dried up. Like, completely one day, I just woke up and there was literally nothing left. It's been a long time, and I know it's crazy because he's almost coming up to a year, so it's almost been like a year since I breastfed him. But I guess I basically wanted to tell this story because it still hurts me. Like, it still hurts me that I couldn't breastfeed him like longer, and I couldn't just exclusively breastfeed. It's just sad because I was so passionate, and I was just so happy to breastfeed. Like, I was so happy to do it. But I think the hardest thing about going through all of this was people talking to me about, you know, why I'm not breastfeeding, or why am I giving my son formula, but also seeing people breastfeed, but also seeing like people breastfeed really upset me. Like, it tore me to pieces. So like, my sister has a 2-year-old, and she just finished breastfeeding him, and it still hurt me every single time that I saw her breastfeed that I couldn't do that. Every single time I seen her breastfeed, it just killed me because I knew I couldn't do that to my son. I swore to myself that I wasn't going to cry in this video. But this mum is an emotional mum. All I know is that when we have a second baby, I'm going to try harder than ever before to breastfeed completely. Like, I've learned so much about not only how to breastfeed, you know, properly or whatever, but also I've learned a lot about myself and my body. If anyone watches this video that is struggling with breastfeeding, or that has gone through the same thing, or people that just want to watch this video because they watch my videos and this is the next video that's coming up, I hope somewhat maybe you learned a little bit about myself and how I feel about breastfeeding, and also how it has affected me, I guess. Enough of me rambling, I'm going to get going. So I kind of hope you enjoyed this video. Don't know if many people will because I cried, and it's just a weird touching video to enjoy. Anyway, I'm going to get going, and I'll see you guys all next time.